Hey, it's me, Nalthazar, and welcome to another Magic the Gathering Puzzle Quest video. In today's video, I want to go over a card that I never see, but is actually really good, called Rebbec, Architect of Ascension. So, let's get into it. Rebbec has a lot of things going for her. She's really cool. I really like the design of this card. It's a 13 mana 3/4 Vigilant Ward masterpiece. It's white, it's a human artificer, and the ward is going to have your opponent drain 7 from their hand, or it's going to get hexproof until end of turn. And it has, when you cast this card, you may have it gain either Leader Construct or Shield Counter 2. The Shield Counter 2 will protect it from 2 instances of it dying, and the Leader Construct will enable it to eat up, gobble, 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 all the different little construct tokens that you might make with a whole bunch of cards that exist in the game. My favorite thing to eat are Thopters. And then when you cast an artifact card or use a loyalty ability, all artifact cards you control gain Shield Counter 1. Then finally, when you match an artifact support gem, artifact creatures you control get a +X boost until the beginning of your next turn, where X is the number of artifact cards you control, including their reinforcements. So you can really get a lot of bang and a lot of pop going into a bunch of other artifact creatures if you decide to run this in an artifact creature deck. And so you might wind up using it in a deck where you don't actually have it gain leader. Because if you don't have it gain the leader and you get a bunch of those little construct tokens down, and let's say that you're running some kind of artifact token support, then you could give your artifact creatures massive power toughness boosts for every artifact support gem that winds up getting matched. And if you wind up using something like Golden Wish, which is going to convert the whole gem, the whole board to loyalty, then you're going to match a whole bunch of artifact support gems, assuming you're using some kind of artifact token generator. And then when that happens, your artifact creatures will get a whole slew of buffs, and you can get some really cool things going there. The deck that I'm going to be showcasing in today's video is a deck that I've been having a lot of fun with today. So it's going to be based on Nom Thopters with the Hangerback Walker, which is going to make Thopters every time you match 3 or more gems, and then Urza's Saga, which is going to make it so that when we match a support gem, we get a construct token. And so what's going to be happening in this deck is actually really, really cool. It has a lot of really cool pros, and it has a few little cons. So with Rebbec, we want to get Rebbec down at some point as quickly as possible, right? But at some point in the match, ideally as quickly as possible. And with that, you're going to make Rebbec a leader. Now, one of the general downsides of leader that I find is that when the creature with leader dies, and this is fair and balanced, your whole stack dies as well. And so this thing being able to cast multiple copies, and then you play with leader, and then you start giving it shield counter, I think is really cool. And then you can also go ahead and protect your Hangerback Walker like this by giving it shield counter as well, which makes it so that if your opponent decides to wipe your board state, your entire board state winds up being totally safe from what your opponent is trying to do. So I think that makes this card really interesting. Just that your first 2 casts are going to be kind of like casting different creatures, but the same creature, in that you're getting that leader and then you're casting it for the shield. Now, where this deck winds up getting really wacky is going to be with Urza Saga's second. So the second part of this saga is going to make it so that when a support gem loses shields, you create a construct token, and then you're going to convert gems to loyalty. And so if we use that with Golden Wish is just going to convert the whole world into loyalty. So you're going to wind up making it so that all your supports get pinged, and then with all your supports getting pinged, you're going to start getting a whole bunch of construct tokens from the Urza Saga. The Hangerback Walker is going to start making construct tokens for you matching gems, and then the additional loyalty conversion that you're going to be getting from Urza's Saga is just going to create this snowball effect where you get a ton of Thopter tokens down. And then, of course, if we've got Rebbec on the battlefield, she's going to nom them all up, and you're going to get a really thick Rebbec. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, okay, Michael, Rebbec is a 3/4. That's really not that big. Well, this is where we put the next element of this deck into play, which is using the Grandmaster of Flowers. So Grandmaster of Flowers' third ability is going to turn Rebbec into a 7/7 Dragon God, and then she's going to get reinforced and gain first strike, flying, and maintain vigilance. So with a third ability, it turns her into this super monster that's going to destroy your opponent in one turn. And then with the Platinum Scales ability on top, you can go ahead and start filtering through your deck a little bit to try and get into whatever piece it is that you're missing. Now, I mentioned earlier that there's a little bit of a con to this deck, and that's just that you need a lot of different pieces, right? You want Rebbec down, you want Hangerback Walker down, and you want Urza's Saga down. And then also, ideally, you want a Golden Wish as well. And so the rest of this deck is designed to either A, keep us alive, or B, make that happen. So I've got Pyromancer's Goggles in the deck. This is going to fetch us more of our Golden Wishes. It's just such a ridiculously good combo. I feel like you kind of have to run it. You'll see that I'm only running one spell in the deck so that all of the Pyromancer Goggle activate triggers are going to get Golden Wishes. I'm running Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, because this is going to draw us bonus cards and give them mana. It's going to give us removal with the passive ability if we get it to the -8. And then just by drawing those extra cards, it's going to make it more likely that we're going to get Rebbec. It's going to make it more likely we're going to get the Walker. It's going to make it more likely we're going to get Urza's Saga, the Golden Wish, the Goggles, right? Now, I've also got Echoing Deeps in the deck. This one's got an activate gem that's going to return the first land from my graveyard to the battlefield. And so Urza's Saga is actually a land saga. So if I wind up playing one of these early just to get some more loyalty, or, you know, to get myself free Hangerback Walkers or whatever it may be, then the Echoing Deeps is actually going to be able to pull Urza's Sagas back from the graveyard. And then with Golden Wishes, triggering all the different gems by activating loyalty landfalls, we're going to wind up getting Pyromancer Goggle triggers, we're going to get Echoing Deep triggers, and that's all fun and games. Then I've got Sarah's Sanctum. This is just going to be converting more gems for me. It's going to be putting an extra support down on the battlefield in the form of Royal Roll, which is good. And then with both of Sigarda's Splendor and the Kami War serving as enchantments in addition to the Royal Roll, it's going to convert a whole bunch of gems to white, which is going to give us mana that we desperately need, and loyalty in the event that we don't have the Golden Wish yet. So I know that's a lot of talking for one deck, but this deck really has a lot of different components to it. I think the deck is amazing. It's really, really fun. It's very much not user or like new player friendly, right? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 masterpieces. We've got 2, 4 mythics and 2 rares, one of which is a rare Vanguard. So this is very much an inaccessible deck for people who don't have the pieces. With that said, the only pieces that are absolutely essential are going to be Rebbec, Hangerback Walker, Urza's Saga, and then for me personally, Golden Wish, because as you'll wind up seeing in the gameplay, you'll probably see that Golden Wish goes ham. So with the Saga, it's just how like every game with this deck goes. So I want to stop talking, get into the gameplay, and show you how this works. Rebbec against Ren. That's kind of terrifying. Ren is really, really good. I do have an early Urza's Saga, and I do like that I have the early Urza's Saga. However, you definitely want to have some supports down in order for Urza's Saga to like really go ham. So I've got one support down. That one support's going to convert for me, and so hopefully that'll open up some options for the deck. The chapter 1 is just going to be really, really good, especially if we can wind up getting something like Golden Wish. So I obviously don't have Golden Wish right now. That's not going to happen. But I can get the Saga down. It's just that it's going to require supports to lose shields, and that support's not going to lose shields. So let's actually just give it some mana and then see what happens. Oh, well, I take that back. That support is going to lose shields. I'm going to get a 5 match out of this, which is pretty big. So let's let the Urza come down. Let's let the Urza come down as chapter 1. And then we're going to get an Echoing Deeps down as well. And then we've got a whole bunch of crazy that can happen here. I think I'll take the red into black, even though those aren't quite my colors. It's going to convert some gems. It's going to give me some mana. It's going to give me a Hangerback Walker, which is really, really good. And then I can actually just go ahead and start drawing some more cards. I get the Golden Wish, and I get another Urza. That's really big. So here, I think the play, although I want to take the loyalty into green and see what happens, is going to be to take the loyalty into white, and just start building up some of those tokens. Ooh, my opponent is playing Rocket Raccoon. That's horrifying. Okay, that thing is just so deadly. All right, let's see what we got. We've got, in terms of matches, we've got a red match, which isn't particularly great. We got loyalty into red, which still isn't particularly great, but I think that's the best thing that we've got going right now is loyalty into red, and then just hope that our conversion can get us something better for next turn. I could have used my first maybe draw into Rebbec, which I suppose could have been a better idea in general, but we'll see. So we're getting a bunch of constructs down now. They're different kinds of constructs, and that's kind of dangerous because I very much want to have them all be the same kind of construct. My opponent's raccoon is actually not helping them. It's helping me because it's making it so that Urza is triggering more. And with Urza triggering more, I'm getting more of my Thopters, more of my constructs down, and I will be able to use my third ability if I want to make them even deadlier. So I'm going to get a free Hangerback Walker, which is nice, especially because my plan is to low-key kill my Hangerback Walker when I get Rebbec down. So, oh, this is just so nice. This is so, so nice. All right, I'm going to get rid of the Walker. I'm going to get rid of the Sanctum here. And then, oh man, the question here is just going to become, will it be possible to get Rebbec down this turn? I'm thinking probably not, but I'd really like her to come down. So let's not risk it for the biscuit. Let's see what Golden Wish does for me. Let's start there. So Golden Wish is going to just go ahead and match a whole bunch of gems. It could get Rebbec down. Maybe. Just maybe. Let's see what happens. So we're going to get goggles, more goggles. We don't get Rebbec down this turn. We're getting Rebbec down next turn. And while I know that I could have made those Thopters into a dragon that killed my opponent this turn, which may have been a good idea just given the scary nature of my opponent's deck, I really want the crazy shenanigans to happen. And for my crazy shenanigans to happen, I need to get my Rebbec down. So that's absolutely going to be happening here. Oh man. Let's see. I'm going to get Rebbec into Hangerback Walker into an Urza's Saga. Yeah, this can be a huge turn. I've got another Rebbec just lying in wait. So let's say I've got the Echoing Deeps there. Oh, that one is the Echoing Deeps. So this one's gonna be the Wish. So let's take the Wish. Let's see what we can make happen like this. So I'm gonna start by playing Rebbec in place of my Walker, and I'm gonna have it be a leader. So she should then eat up all my Thopters, and then I'm gonna play a Hangerback Walker, and I'm gonna have Urza's come down on chapter. Oh, I should have had chapter 2. I done goof. I needed that to be chapter 2. Phooey. All right, well, we'll see what happens. That should have been chapter 2. Chapter 2 would have made a lot more things come down. This way I'll get a bunch of loyalty, but the loyalty isn't entirely what I care about right now. And I'm also getting otherworldly amounts of mana. But here's where you can see the combination of Urza with the Walker and Rebbec. This time I'm going to have her get a shield counter. I definitely want her to stay alive. And then we get to Fairy down, we get the goggles down. And then next turn we're going to make the dream work. You're just giving me more loyalty here, which is fine. I've got a 5 match on the bottom, which is also fine. My opponent plays a Galta. Oh man, there goes my 5 match. Okay, that's fine. You can do as much damage to Rebbec as you want there with your gems. That's not going to do anything. So let's turn Rebbec into a dragon because she obviously wants to be a dragon. And then let's try and get... Yeah, let's get some more Golden Wishes going. So we're going to draw into the Kami War. Cool. We like that. And then let's just see what happens, right? Every time a support loses shield here, we're going to get more Thopter tokens. So this is going to go boom. It's going to get us some more Thopter tokens. The matching is also going to get us constructs. I didn't go into another one, which is fine though, because Rebbec is already at 253 power. She's just getting real big here. Now she's at 260. Oh man, that's going to give us even more. Okay, cool. So we're getting these sort of delayed cascades going. We've got a few more possible ones. Yep, right here. It's going to give us 3 more. And then, oh man, the power of Urza's with Rebbec and the Hangerback Walker. It's just so satisfying when it happens. It's really, really fun. Really, really, really fun. Okay, here we go. We're getting all the Thopter tokens down. The hanger back is starting to put up. Oh my gosh, a golden wish, 2 of them. Oh, this is perfect. this is absolutely perfect. This is exactly what you want to happen with this deck here. This is the exact sequence of circumstances that you want. I think my Urza died, so at this point, everything that's happening, I don't want to stop the loop, is just from gem matches. But nonetheless, Rebbec has 46 reinforcements and counting. 48, 49. Can we get to 50? We're not getting to 50. So Rebbec almost made it to 50 reinforcements, 352 first strike vigilant flying damage, and that's going to be a good game. So that's the deck in a nutshell in gameplay. It's real fun. If you have the cards, I would definitely suggest making it. I know that this isn't a deck that just anyone can pick up and make, but if you're one of those players that has a full collection, you can make the deck and you can have a lot of fun for a few days just throwing this into the training grounds, throwing it into an event where you need to get X number of creatures played, or things like that. But for those of you that haven't thought of using Rebbec or you haven't played with her, I just wanted to showcase some fun with a card that I never see played. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.